Good morning. Welcome to Courageous Conversations. How's everybody doing? As you join me, let me know you're here. But firstly, I'm going to do a little bit of sharing. I'm with the incomparable and lovely Laura Watson, who is you guys are going to be really well served by speaking to our lovely Laura here, who is a psychoenergetic counselor and does unbelievable energy work. Very, very, very cool stuff. So I'm just going to quickly share on Courageous Conversations, which is my group, which of course is a support group, which I'd love you to join. That would be so great for everybody to join. And as you come on, let me know you're here and let us know that you are, part of the journey that we're all on. And also the other thing that I think is really excellent for everyone to know. Hi there, Martin. Martin, hello Martin. Hi Michael, all the way from Cozumel. Nice to see you. It's always nice to see people. And also, as you join, let me know you're here. And also, questions that you might have for Laura. And also, just at this moment, allow yourself to be part of the journey of being in a courageous conversation is a good thing. So tell me, Laura. Yeah, it's a good thing. Tell us, Laura. Firstly, thank you for returning because you've come before. So, but you have another series of courses coming up. So we wanted to talk to you about that, and also hi Yutushka, nice to see you, and also hi Christina, thank you for being here. These are all great things. I'm so glad that you guys
all your people coming on.
This
is lovely.
It's so fun when
very nice.
It's always fun when people come on, and you can ask questions. Laura's really got some deep information, so this is an opportunity for everyone. Okay, so I've shared to all the pertinent places, and I just want you to be here. So here we go. So Laura, let's talk a little bit about this is a courageous conversation about energy, okay? Yes. And a lot of people, I would say, suffer from and benefit from being sensitive.
Right.
Being sensitive in terms of their relationships. I know I'm very sensitive. I'm sure you are as well. So therefore, we as humans, I think as we continue, thank you so much, Yutushka, as we get through our life and we go into relationships, we have to deal with our sensitivity and be reactive to people.
We do.
And tell us a little bit about how you handle that and what some of your advice is around that.
Right. So there's for sure an interrelationship between how you are psychologically emotional and how you actually deal with on-the-road situations in your daily life, but also how you actually run your energy.
Okay.
And so your emotional body, your emotional framework is really an extension of your physical body, but it's also has with it an energy signature. So if
an energy signature. Okay.
So if you begin to understand beyond the paradigm of psychological framework, which I always say is a very 20th century phenomena, know thyself. The 21st century phenomena is know thyself energetically. So really having an ability to come into a sense of knowledge about how you actually run your energy, how you comport yourself energetically. There's a dynamic relationship between how you run your energy and your emotional landscape. If you can begin to identify your energy, you can also begin to shift your emotional framework.
So give us an example about what it looks like to identify your energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And speak a little louder.
Yeah. So I'm always aware of my energy. So I'm just kind of in a nice, peaceful place this morning in cafe with Victoria. So I'm kind of, just in a really beautiful, kind of harmonious place myself.
You're aware of that.
And I'm aware of it. Yeah, I had to drive here, so my energy driving here, I spent an hour coming about 5 miles to to Victoria's house. Was actually, I left a lot of time, but I could feel my energy this morning in the car starting to raise up with anxiety. Am I going to be here? Even though I almost gave almost an hour to get here for 5 miles. Welcome to the city.
Yeah.
But
and so that wasn't necessarily emotional. You weren't attaching emotionally to it. You were just in it energetically, but there was emotion, and the emotion behind it was a little bit of anxiety for myself, and as a result my energy field began to change and shift, so that when I got here it's like, okay, phew. But I'm also aware that I wanted to kind of drop that level of anxiety
and kind of shift my whole energy field. And then therefore I'm feeling really peaceful and happy now. Whereas maybe about half an hour ago, I was starting to feel a little tense, just even, as I was trying to get here.
And were you applying stuff to calm yourself or to make the energy more harmonious?
Yeah, the wonderful thing about coming into an awareness of your energy field is that over time it becomes a habituation. So actually, to be honest, consciously, no. I wasn't actually doing anything consciously because I do it so automatically now.
Yeah.
But if you're first starting to have an awareness of your energy, then yes, it's a more conscious application. And consciousness is really a good thing with everything. It's part of the mindfulness movement. It's an extension of creating just an awareness around who you are and what you're doing.
And I always say awareness is great, and you need the awareness, but awareness alone can kind of do not much. We have to really apply techniques, I think, or at least methodologies that then become rote.
Absolutely. So awareness is great. It's the first thing. It's the first step in your journey. Great awareness. Now what do you do? And you're right, Victoria. It's technique, skills, and abilities. And in the realm of energy and awareness of energy, it's actually beginning to learn how to shift your energy. Because when you shift your energy, you begin to shift how you actually behave. If you have an awareness of this cloak, for example, of anger, and we all at times get angry, there's a real palpable energetic field around that. Everyone knows the expression throwing darts. When you meet somebody, it's like, oh goodness, right? That person threw a dart at me. They may even have a smile on their face, but they might have actually just have a prickly energy field, or they might just kind of throw a little barb at you. And even just doing that, I can feel the energy going in. I don't want to crash the computer here. Which you can.
Don't.
Yeah, no, which you actually can. I do a lot of sessions on Skype, and when people are having emotional moments, my Skype can come down. So I always ask, my clients to kind of go to the side a little bit when there's an emotional kind of unraveling, if you will.
I've blown out a microwave.
And we always say congratulations, except it costs you a lot of money to sort it out, right? Yeah. So, there's street lights and all sorts of things like that. It's better just to kind of be able to energy manage.
Yeah.
And when you can energy manage yourself, you really have an opportunity to shift your behaviors, shift yourself, and actually, and this is the exciting part, and this is what a lot of the classes are about, is coming into an energetic understanding of where you are based on who you are, your life, your karma, your circumstances, your background, life's experiences, traumas, everything. It's a mix. It's a whole mix of who and what you are.
Give us an example of an exercise that would shift our energy.
Right.
I mean, I work a lot energetically, and I work with Reiki, and I work with cranial and polarity. Give us and our viewers one of the examples, a tool that they can take away just right now. But how does one, when they're feeling like darts are coming at them, they're feeling like, ouch, what's next?
So one of the most powerful places to start is the heart. And I always work with the heart. Now, in our classes, we begin always with the heart, and then we do other restructuring of the brain, the third eye, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But if you breathe into the heart, and you just let your heart expand, right?
I really feel that.
Yeah, you can feel that, right? I mean, it softened. Even the tone of my voice just now kind of softened. You can feel a softening. What's interesting is the heart has one of the most powerful electromagnetic fields in the entire body.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's actually a carrier wave. And what does that mean? It means that whatever you're wanting to convey to another individual can be conveyed just energetically. You can feel kind of a love, feel a compassion, and a heartfelt expression between another individual. It is also an incredibly powerful tool for protection. So people think, if I soften my heart, then I'm going to lose, my ability to be powerful, or I'm going to become weaker.
No.
It's the antithesis of that. In fact, what it really is when you work and expand out from the heart, it's a much more powerful energy field that you have. And that's really, really an important place to start.
So troubleshooting the heart, working with the heart, energetically filling the heart energetically.
And releasing, and just allowing the heart to open and create a very beautiful, powerful field around you. And what that actually does is it allows you a little bit more space. Here's the other thing about an energy signature. I always say, people say, how tall are you? So I always say 7'6" is actually how I roll. And people look at me, they know I'm tall, but I'm actually say 7'6". And that's because I expand and extend my aura all the way around me.
What does expanding your aura do for us?
Well, it actually just allows you some breathing room and psychological breathing room.
Yeah.
And also it allows you to emit who you are without necessarily, you don't feel like I'm crashing your space.
Not at all.
Yeah, because it's harmonious between us. But actually when I do, I feel as if I've got a lot of space around me.
And I sometimes, this is something that I do, and let me know your thoughts on this, is before walking into a room where I'm teaching, or a room where there's a party, or a room, even before my clients, I am grounding myself, and I am sending loving energy to myself, to my energy field, and then to whomever it touches. So, and that's what I'm doing intentionally. Before that,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's something that affects the energetic field around me.
Yes.
And this is the kind of thing that I work with. Is that something similar to how you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we were just talking about doing working with the heart and the heart opening, and that it can affect others. But at the end of the day, the most important person that it affects is you. So when you're opening your heart, you're opening your heart.
And then do you become more attracting towards good things, good energies, good...
Absolutely.
Good situations.
Absolutely. Like attracts like, the laws and principles of the universe. And it's, in technical terms, it's called psychophysiological coherence. And that's where...
Say that again.
Psychophysiological coherence.
Psychophysiological coherence. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Or just like attracts like.
Yeah.
So, for example, I get a lot of people, say, oh, I, want to go out and date. And I'll say, kind of, well, where are you these days in terms of where you are at? And they're, well, I'm working it through. And I'll say, well, if you're working it through, you often can or might be more likely to meet somebody who's working it through as well.
Right, because it's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a mirror. And that is something that people need to really understand. It's not complicated, but it's a trick to living life. Understanding where you're at is crucial, because it absolutely has a direct correlation on what you're going to bring into your frame of reference.
And I see one of your viewers says, we need to be aware of the energy we bring into our environment. And you're absolutely correct.
That's right.
And, we look at, it really is about changing the world one person at a time.
Thank you. That is just my full intention.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
So if you begin to change yourself and you shift yourself, you are contributing to cleaning up the universe, or at least your little square, few feet. And it's also, there's a domino effect. You're walking down the street. How many times do you smile at somebody?
Oh, well, that's huge.
It's huge.
Yes.
We think of it as just such a small thing, or the grocery store clerk or something like that. Just take even today, if you can, just do something. Do a couple of really nice things.
Well,
just smile.
The challenge that I give, and I'm giving this right now, is, under your breath or silently, wish people well. Be well, be healthy. May you be prosperous. May you be blessed. May you be happy. And it's amazing if you set out that intention, what can happen.
And so take that intention, which is fantastic, and link it to your energy by breathing it in and just sending that intention out through the energetic field of the heart. And see how much more powerful that actually intention is.
Yes.
And it's powerful. It's palpable. People will kind of say, oh, did you do your hair? I like your outfit. And maybe you wore the same outfit last week and they didn't say anything to you. So there are shifts. You can notice shifts of a person's energy that way.
Yeah, and when you say running your energy, what do you mean?
Well, again, comes back to really understanding how your energy field shows up for yourself and in the world. Are you prickly? Are you actually caved in? Are you kind of emotionally caved in? So your energy field in your heart, for example, could be kind of inward. Have you been, like all of us, the school of hard knocks, lots of different relationships, and we tend to, in places where we have some relationships that are unfinished or broken relationships, our hearts can kind of go inward.
Like overprotection starts to happen.
Yeah, and it makes it harder for this kind of heart to expand and for you to kind of be in a place really of light and illumination. So that's really where you're wanting to go. But understanding how you run your energy is also correlated to a lot of your psychological profiling, and that's actually part of some of the classes we investigate.
Okay, talk a little bit about your classes.
Yeah, so
because Laura has some really interesting classes and very, 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 people have incredible experiences in her classes. So talk a little bit about that.
And they're classes for, people who are just starting to meditate, and they're also classes for people who are rather experienced. Yeah.
Everyone can fit.
Everyone can fit into the classes because I create them so that somebody really just new to meditation will have an incredibly profound experience, yet the more advanced meditator will also have the more advanced kind of energetic experience as well. So they're designed to be able to, they're packed so that when they unfold to where a person is on their own spiritual journey. So it's going to meet and match you to wherever you are at that time.
It's adaptogenic.
It is. And so the classes are really designed to energetically restructure. And do a couple of things. One, they're to provide you with a lot of information about yourself. This is a journey of the self. So each class is really organized to allow you to energetically come into more knowledge about who you are, where you are in your world, and more importantly, to begin to shift and change. And again, the processes within each one of the classes are organized so that each individual will be able to grab onto something and be able to kind of mutate themselves, shift into what really we're wanting to do, which is our future selves.
Right.
And so
sort of crafting a future self that's energetically more together, more grounded, and all of that.
Absolutely, and that's exactly it. We're crafting ourselves in that sense of moving into the future selves. And what we're doing, and this is where the magic of the classes come in, this is why live classes are so important, to be able to be in community with other people, is that we're working with the raw energy. That when collectively in a group of people can be incredibly palpable and powerful. So we're working
the group energy.
Group energy. So we're working in Akashic space. We're working through timelines energetically. We're working in spaces and energy that has the raw creative power. And that, for example, is the energetic archetypes class, for example. The heart brain class is a restructuring of thinking. We're helping ourselves to energetically restructure the body so that we have not just cognitive thinking processes that come out of the executive functioner, but are actually linked up energetically with the heart. And this is a very advanced idea. This is actually, we're moving in now to the evolution of human beings.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we can change the past? Our past?
Retrocausation, absolutely.
Talk about that.
So you go back
so many
in
people
time.
feel, this was my past. I feel broken. As a psychotherapist, I work with a lot of people who feel like their past has forever damaged them into the future. Tell me about how we energetically change our past.
So this brings up the idea of karma. Karma is not predestined, and you have a beautiful opportunity to change your karma today. If you want to shift, you very much can. Now, there's all sorts of energetic principles, retrocausation, that's kind of a whole other class.
Retrocausation,
you can change into the past, right?
So we can change.
Absolutely, but you don't have to do fancy stuff. You can actually just begin to change here in present time today. And it's really about identifying what it is that has been troubling you to a certain degree. But almost more importantly, is opening the path to where you want to go and where you want to sculpt yourself into. Who do you want to become?
So that the past isn't impacting that future in its actions, what happened actually in the life you led, changing how you energetically start to experience the future.
The past will always be with you. You can't, you can shift it, but it will have a referential point into your future.
Sure.
But the most important thing is to take the opportunity to expand your vision and opportunity. And we never do. Nobody ever says, oh, you can change your life. Here, take a half an hour, take a day, take a class where you can actually decide who you want to become. And that's what these classes are each designed to do, is in each case, whether it's with your own archetype, to expand into more of the archetypes or the archetypal qualities that you want to really step into, or whether it's the emotional body class, which is to kind of say, I don't want to behave and act like that anymore. These are the actions, this is the emotional framework I really want to be. You have an opportunity to cognitively decide, so in your mind, make that map and roadmap of where you want to go. But more importantly, because again, that's the intention, that's fabulous, you got to have that. But the next piece of the pie is to be able to energetically bring that into you and then put it out into a path forward, into an energetic space, expanding the timelines. And these are all the techniques that we do in the classes. They're very dynamic. And ultimately they're here to sculpt your future self.
One of the things that I work with is recontextualizing the past. So the past might have been a trauma experience, going back into that trauma experience, and then finding ways to use the visualization tool to, not just visualization, but the visualization tool to change what happened in that moment. Actually visualize, imagining if it was a child being abused in some way, imagining you, the adult self, going back in time and rescuing that child. And then doing that over and over and over as a visualization, because it changes the neural pathways, because your body biochemically does not differentiate between real and imagined. And so energetically you change the past in so many powerful ways, and I will talk more about that. But I just wanted to float that out to you. As what do you think about that?
I love that. And when I work with individuals in my private practice, one of the things I do is I kind of take a look at the overall landscape, and I look at the past. And there's a balance, though. So one of the things I do is, I look at the past, and we kind of go and do a little bit of healing work in the past. But at the same time, and I'm not sure if it's equally important, and I think every individual is a little bit different, but it's so important to provide something new, a new way of being, so that we move and take that past person and allow them to go into a really beautiful healing place in the future. So if you can move that person into the next stages and
grow them up almost.
Next stages is like really now, and that's the cool thing about time. You don't have to
stall it. It's movable.
You don't have to kind of process. Like, you don't have to lie on the couch for 20 years and do your therapy. You can really make that decision. Like, you know what? As of today, I'm changing. It's like the person who smokes and decides, today I'm quitting. You can do that, and you can begin to change your life today. You don't have to work with this whole long paradigm. So time is malleable.
Let's see what Wendy says. Yes, what you're doing energetically, changing the past. I've been visualizing it as a jigsaw puzzle and watching the picture fall apart, then restructure the picture as something else, something healthy.
That's great, Wendy.
That is so cool, Wendy.
And now, Wendy, take what you're doing in the past. Give yourself an opportunity to think, cognitively create a path for yourself into the future of where you want to go. Because you don't want to just change the past. You want to have the big future for yourself. And when you're visioning a big future, vision big. Don't think about the context of yourself where you are today, because generally speaking, it's smaller than where you can really go.
Absolutely. And Tushka, you've been awesome in your engagement. Thank you so much. And I love that you share it with your community in Niagara. That's so amazing. And also, I just want you to all to know that there is going to be a giveaway for Laura's upcoming course. What are the dates?
You check my website, energyintuitives.com.
Energyintuitives.com. It's coming up in October.
October 20 and 21 and November 10th and 11th. Those are 2 weekend classes. Energetic Archetypes is the October class. And the emotional body is November 10 and 11, both Saturdays and Sundays. So
And you're
2-day
giving a
classes.
nice, so there's going to be one person who will get a free entrance to one of your classes.
Yeah.
And they need to email you at...
Yes. So if you want to get one of my classes for free, and I'm happy to share one. I have lots of, still a few places, but lots of classes this fall. Please email me at watsonll@aol.com.
Say it again.
So that's Watson, WATSON@AOL.com. And the information's on my website, energyintuitives.com.
So that's one giveaway. And then you're also giving a discount for our viewers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So everyone today, we're going to call it the Victoria Special.
The Victoria Special.
The Victoria Special.
Yeah.
So I would love to offer each and every single one of you $50 off any one of the regular price of the registration for any one of my classes.
And just mention the words Victoria Special.
Yeah, put that on the reline, Victoria Special, and just email me again. You know, that first of all that you want to win, you know, one of the classes, and choose which one.
And give a little as to why you want to do this, right?
Yeah, exactly. Please kind of say, hey, you know, I'm really interested in this particular class. Don't also forget about the Heart Brain class, and that starts this October on Tuesday evenings for 4 sequential Tuesday evenings, also in Toronto, and that's the Heart Brain class, and that's really a beautiful one. That's heart opening and connecting the brain to the heart thinking. And looking actually at a lot of the heart math research that's been done and the neurobiological work that's been done, but also looking at some of the prophetic writings by Rudolf Steiner. And what I've done is actually created, as well as looking at multiple other world's traditions, I created energetic processes that actually bring into life form those very prophetic visions of evolutionary humans. So these classes are each designed to progress us energetically.
And you wrote to me that my viewers need to kind of give you a little bit of a mention why you'd like to be in the class.
Yeah.
And then that class will be selected by Laura.
Yeah.
And or that person will be selected by Laura.
And if you email me by the end of today up to midnight, that's fine.
Oh, there you go. End of today.
You don't have to, if you're at work or if you're kind of double timing, you know, just take a time and just email me, and everyone, you know, just give me an email, just say why, you know, you'd like to join one of my classes, and I'm happy to read them all.
And if you bring a friend, what? If
you bring a friend, also your registration fee also goes down another $50. So for today, it would actually be $100 off the classes if you bring a friend. It's always actually nice to bring a friend.
Yeah.
The people who come to my classes are wonderful, beautiful, bright souls, and very interested in learning and very interested in being that person in the world to change themselves and change their families and the places in work and so on and so forth. So it's a really lovely group of people.
Yutushka loves Rudolf Steiner, so that's great.
Yeah.
You guys connect on that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yutushka? How do you say it? Yutushka.
I've known Yutushka for years and years, and we've reconnected here.
I see you're writing fabulous stuff. Yeah, Rudolf Steiner is really fantastic, and I love a lot of his principles. So I weave a lot of the world's traditions through each one of my classes. So I do Taoist stone medicine, for example, for the emotional body. So the class, for example, in November will actually have some stone medicine elixirs, principles, maps, and so on and so forth for healing the emotional body. So we'll be looking at crystals that actually specifically work on the emotional body, and also places that you would place them. So the different kinds of crystals and where actually you would place them.
Thanks for joining us, Sharita. I'm pleased that you're here. But Laura has so much knowledge to offer, so it is such a it's a breath of fresh air, so that'll be really, really nice. And I hope you do join her class and do go to energyintuitives.com. energyintuitives.com.
Energyintuitives.
And once again, your email is
Watson. My email is Watson, WATSONLL@AOL.com.
AOL. I love that.
I know, old school. We used to joke about it. It's like at dinosaur.com. I had too many emails to change it. Anyway, so you can also find me on energyintuitives.com.
Right. So this was really great. I'm so glad you came to see me again
on so much fun.
Courageous Conversations. Keep having a courageous conversation energetically with yourself. I challenge you. My challenge to you today is to whomever you meet on the street, to send them wellness, love. And if it can't be love, just may they be well, may they be happy, may they be blessed. And just say that under your breath inside yourself and see what happens through your day. That is my challenge to you. So I want you to keep being courageous with yourself and courageous with others. And tomorrow I will come at you with another courageous conversation at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just stay in touch and visit Laura at one of her classes. And if you have any questions, keep letting us know. And share this if that feels right to you. Share this. And I'd love you to join Courageous Conversations, my group, where I have some special stuff that I'm offering up there. So have a brilliant day. Just a brilliant, brilliant day. Do you want to hit finish?
Lovely to see everyone. Thank you for joining. Loved all the comments coming in. They were very cool.
Awesome.
Bye all. See you soon.